I'm best in class, man. Like, I appreciate that. I grew up, as we've talked a ton, doing a lot of asphalt work, a lot of hard labor from a young age. So, as far as feeling special or feeling different, I just kind of do what I do. You know what I mean? So, I'm just trying to get better on a daily basis. And I think honestly, the answer to the question is what more or less drives me is to be able to do, in minutes what is taking me an hour now, and that's what I'm capable of doing now from 5 years ago. So that, and over the amount of years I work with so many people and so much pain, you want to remove that immediately, and that drives me, and it's one thing to be good at what you do. I want to be the best I possibly can, and if that means I'm the best in the world, then that's rad too, because nothing's going to stop me from being that as well. It's just, but that's not what's important to me. It's obviously the motivation to have people show up knowing that I'm going to fix them that drives me. It's interesting, obviously my background originally started in massage therapy as I was looking to get my doctorate in physical therapy, which I didn't finish. And I've also studied a lot of the healing arts, which I take as a huge compliment to be called a healer. It's more of a kind of a spiritual type of undertone, which to me just means you can fix things that most people think are impossible or can't, which cool, I want to be that guy. So I don't know, I've been called a lot of different things, and it's cool. I just, want to be the guy that's known to show up, have someone fly across the country and get the job done and fix the injury so the athlete or whoever can immediately get back, and not only be back, but as most of my clients somehow are stronger than even before their injury. So, whether you want to call me a healer, because I do heal a lot of pretty intense pain. You spend a lot of alone time one-on-one with people, and it's pretty powerful, from a pro athlete to a 7-year-old child to a 10-year-old child to a 13-year-old child today to his parents, and everyone is extremely important to me, so I can't really, it's just really cool to be looked at as a healer, I guess. I could, and continue as such. I can't label myself as a healer until I can, to myself create miracles, and I'm not there yet. And that's trying to improve every day, and that's what I strive for. I strive to be able to have someone show up in a wheelchair and leave walking. I strive and I dream about that, and hair stands up in my arms dreaming about that. That's another thing that drives me, I guess. Doing things that most people would tell you are impossible. I just stopped telling people what I'm going to do, and I just started showing them a long time ago. Oh man, it's interesting. I just had the opportunity to work with Dave Tate, and we had this conversation. Obviously, I've realized in bodybuilding how much bigger, more muscular, more striated I can make, individuals, and these individuals are getting a lot stronger as well. There's a slight difference in the sport, because from what I understand, in your sport, a lot of gentlemen rely on that tissue to stop them, So I said to Dave, I said, well, there's two ways to look at it. And for one, if you're running on a treadmill breathing through a straw, you only have so much oxygen. If that fascial tissue, through years of training and intense training, and they're not foam rolling, they're just being huge dudes that lift heavy, awesome stuff. I love having friends like that. People that can do that sort of thing is freaking awesome. I grew up a skinny kid, I can't. But if we can make that a garden hose or a fire hose and provide more oxygen, more blood flow, more flexibility, more range of motion, my clients are getting strong as a bull. For example, Dave Palumbo, rxmuscle.com, Species Nutrition. We've been repairing his knee, and they told him he'd only be able to get to like 105% after 2 or 3 knee surgeries in like a year. It was just a mess. The day after I worked on him, he immediately went up 70 pounds in his leg extension. Now, that's the day after I put like, I don't know how many hours in him. I didn't want him working out the day after. He did anyway. You know, so that, I don't know if that doubled his strength, but it blew his mind, because now, obviously, the biomechanics are there, the tissue's open, the muscle fits in itself, there's no pain to the area, and now there's contraction, quality, and electricity. And when you can get that going, oops, the legs are an inch bigger. What? No, that's more muscle. That's more blood volume. That's quicker recovery, which means more reps, which means more weight. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of timing with the off season. It's not like you want to do it right before a meet, but case in point, our good friend, and you, boom, personal records. Another gentleman last year that I worked with. Every time I work with an Olympic lifter, they always hit their personal records. It's crazy. Every single one I've worked with. Vinny Galanti, 17-year pro bodybuilder, retires from bodybuilding. I get him pain-free. He gets into powerlifting, wins his first 2 meets all out. You know what I mean? So talk to my clients. It's really rad. And I was talking to Dave, and I said, we're just getting started with the science, man. I haven't even had the big guys on my table. You know, but you guys are just friggin' improving like crazy. And that's another thing that's exciting. If I could put every one of you, you know, your pictures on my wall, it's exciting, because I get to be a small part of every client's life. You know, it's rad. You know, it's cool. It's like family. Instagram, Jimmy_Bluff, JimmyBluff.com, my website. You know, it's a work in progress. I'm a busy guy. And Facebook, Jimmy Bluff are really the main accounts. I'm also on Twitter @FitnessBluff. But yeah, anyone can go to JimmyBluff.com. I've got a couple of videos up. My Instagram account, they can see before and afters. You know, see my beautiful family. I live a very open life. What you see is what you get. You know, and I'm pretty emotional. I'm pretty intense. I rock on red lines. I drive a freaking Viper truck, and you know, I've done 360s off of double diamonds and the highest mountains in the world, and you know, I'm just trying to become the best healer, muscle artist, massage therapist, rehabilitation expert, you know, massage guy, you know, I can possibly be, and push boundaries in our field and do things in an hour where, you know, now people almost expect before and after pictures, which a lot of trainers try to do that in 12 weeks, and I'm doing that in 50 minutes with my eyes closed. So I don't deem anywhere I'm at successful. It's cool when you hit certain goals and you're like, holy cow, I wrote that down 5 years ago. That just happened. Awesome, you know? And you're like, that's freaking impossible. I'm living in West Hollywood. What happened? You know, and as you set those dreams, certain people come into your life, and you know, as you continue to, you know, I always #rise up energetically and with your faith and your living just truth. And oh man, I want to become so much better at what I do. I'm just getting started, and my life 24 hours a day evolves around my career and the people that I come in contact with, really. So, you know, I appreciate, you know, getting letters now in 20 countries because of some of my bodybuilding, you know, accomplishments with the bodybuilding industry, and I'm trying to get in the NBA, the NFL, and baseball, and more powerlifting, because I truly want to see, you know, what my athletes' truest potentials are, and you know, it's rad, you know, just playing that role, you know, and just being that sidekick. I'm living in West Hollywood. I'm still here in Draper, Utah, my Truest Potential studio. I'm out in occasionally now in Columbus with Mountain Dog, John Meadows. I just went there twice this month. I am in Smithtown, New York, Long Island with Castro Medical once a month or every other month, as well as Bev's Mecca on the East Coast and New Jersey Sports and Chiropractic in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, and also Northeast Pennsylvania. Are pretty occasional, consistent spots. You know, I always say I'm done traveling, but I'm getting calls from all over the world now, and people that I'm a very empathic individual, so you can almost feel the pain in people's letters, and you know, you can feel that anxiety and stuff. So, and I love healing people, and I love adventures. So, and you know, as long as I can figure out a way to spend enough time with my wife and figure out a way to even bring her, man, I'm down to travel right now and just fix people and show them my I don't want to say gift, but just show them my developed skill, you know, to where it's rad that at this level people are now calling it a gift. It's like, it's almost like, he was giving them that, you know. It's like, oh my gosh, you don't even know what I've been through, but it's cool. It's cool, yeah. So.
Where are you working in LA?
LA, West Hollywood, and also Beverly Hills, Goshen Chiropractic. You know, I frequent to the Venice area, but typically right now, because of my limited time there, it's West Hollywood. And if anyone wants to go to jimmybluff.com, they can send me emails through the website, or truestpotential@yahoo.com is my email, and set up appointments with me anytime. You know, the biggest reason I love white lights, I love for what it stands for. And from my perspective, which knowing the people behind white lights, and out of all the people I spend time with all over the country, the people behind white lights and the people who developed it are some of my favorite person. I would say one of my favorite people to spend time with. So I know that the purity behind it, and I know the athleticism and the drive and the motivation and the desire, you know, the passion, and you know, that just man, willingness to want to win, you know. And I know, you know, the white lights with the powerlifting, but to me, I look at, you know, stage lights, whether it's a bodybuilding stage or if you're in a gym training. I've seen white lights when I train so hard, like, whoa, I better stop. I think I almost passed out. you know, that to me is white lights. And you know, it's also, to me, it's very cool because it has a very spiritual undertone. You know, and I'm not a religious person, but I don't know a lot of very spiritual people. I come in contact with them time to time, as spiritual as me, and people don't know the language we're speaking. It's rad. So, yeah, man. You know, the fact that White Lights donates to 4 different charities, I love the way it feels. I love the way it fits. You know, but I love more so what it represents, and that to me is all about preparing for the white lights, spiritually, and what are you preparing for as an athlete? You know, I'm preparing for the stage, which means I know everything I need to eat. I know what I'm thinking about all day long. I know exactly what's going to happen for the next 5,000 hours or whatever until I step on that stage, and that's a big deal. That's a lifestyle, you know, to support a clothing company that just wants to support 4 other charities and support its athletes at the highest level of, you know, every sport. I mean, I'm honored to help support that.